$2,400 if you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, and railroad benefits, with a 20% increase a lifetime and a step up annually. Meantime, breaking developments this afternoon as Wall Street sees stores empty on Black Friday. Black Friday goes a bust as calls are underway for stimulus to go out because shoppers stayed at home because of lack of stimulus, not so much because of COVID. Then, Wall Street says send out stimulus checks. Lindsey Graham today says, you know what? We need to do stimulus, and we need to do it right now. Days ago, economists Steve Mnuchin, Mark Meadows, and Mitch McConnell all said we're ready to do a stimulus package. And Wall Street's saying do exactly what Mitch basically wants. Get it out now, not 5 weeks from now and not 5 months from now. Meantime, the viewers of this channel continue to get money right now. And in this video, I'll go over how you can get thousands of dollars in your bank account right now, no matter if you're SSI or SSDI, whether you're employed or unemployed, whether you're single or married, or whether you're at the casino or enjoying some $12 ice cream. It's a great evening of Evenings LALATE with breaking news across the board coming in minutes ago, and I'm so glad you joined me on Friday's Evenings LALATE. Hey, good evening, everybody. It's Evenings LALATE, and boy, what a night it is as your statements have now come to fruition. You had said we need stimulus, and no one's going to be spending because there is no stimulus. And Wall Street didn't get the message until today, when stores were empty on Black Friday because of lack of stimulus. It's that type of lack of consumer confidence, lack of consumer spending, that Wall Street now is making it very loud and clear, louder than they've ever been before, that stimulus needs to go out right now. If you've not subscribed, please do, because in this video, I'll be going over how you can get money right now. Not after Wall Street figures out what's going on with stores and Black Friday, but right now, not 5 days from now, not 5 weeks from now. And what's incredibly great news in developing tonight is that we've grown from 4 volunteers to 7 volunteers. People are stepping up to absolutely help you get these grants, rent, utilities, food. This is money for you, and other viewers want you to ensure that you get this money as well. This is a community of helping people from day one, and it stays that way. So please subscribe on the front of this channel so you don't miss an update by the minute about grants, free money in your account. Also, like this video. In this video, I'll be going over what happened today. Why today was sort of basically the brink of the financial cliff. We had always said there was a financial cliff in July, but today we certainly saw it. You saw it because stores were empty. We saw it after 24 hours ago, hearing the unemployment numbers being bad. We saw it after Lindsey Graham today said, we need to do stimulus. What are we doing here? This is a Republican and a senator saying we need to do it right now. And that's the major push. Then $2,400 if you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, and railroad benefits with its 2 step-ups as well. What's going on with that? I'll be going over that detail as well. Then I'll be turning to the big money. The money you're supposed to get right now, if you're a viewer of this channel and a subscriber, in a night in which is getting freezing cold here again in Los Angeles. I was out filming in the middle of the day for Holidays LALATE, and boy, now it's getting cold again. It's just all over the place. So if you've not subscribed, please subscribe. If you've not liked this video, please do. And with that, let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news, as you sit here today, is that a stimulus check will be coming, and a stimulus package will be coming over the holidays. Wall Street believes, and now GOP senators believe. So do I believe it as well? I believe it, yes, if they act diligently and prudently and rationally. Where we sit tonight is basically things slapping people in the face, like a big Thanksgiving ham slapping Wall Street in the face, saying, you know what? The reason why the stores are empty is because no one had any money to spend on Black Friday. Did you not ever get that message a few weeks ago or a few months ago? And now as Americans try to battle eviction with an eviction moratorium expiring, battle unemployment, as several states today announced that they are cutting off unemployment now, not in December, but actually now. They're stopping unemployment benefits. And as millions of Americans try to deal with the lack of a stimulus check and mortgage forbearance expiring or never protecting them in the way that they wanted, there's concerns as to when people will really wake up. And those concerns seem to have improved tonight. A stimulus check would go out from a second stimulus package, which would be nearly tailored about $500 billion. Wall Street believes, Wall Street's reporting, and I'm reporting. All indications of a $2 trillion, $3 trillion, $5 trillion bill is never going to happen. What's going to happen is the stimulus package around the holidays, if it gets done, which is what a reasonable congressman would do and is expected to do, is a stimulus check, FPUC, PUA, UI, eviction moratorium, mortgage forbearance, some FPPP, and some hazard pay. Let's go over each of those. The stimulus check, how big would the stimulus check be? Ultimately, it will be more than Nancy Pelosi has offered, $500. It may not be as big as we're hoping for. Certainly, Senator Harris, or VP-elect Harris, said, you can't survive on a $1,200 check. She said that in May, and now the situation's worse than May. She said you have to have $2,000 checks every month for 6 months until the pandemic's over. Well, the pandemic's not over, and it's been 7 months since you said that, and no one has $12,000 in their bank accounts. So what is possible? Well, there's $500 billion of CARES Act, $800 billion of CARES Act 1 money sitting at SBA. That could be repurposed as a $5,000 stimulus check. Mitch McConnell would do that because it would not require any hit on the national debt. The money is already out of the Treasury. It has already taken the hit on the national debt. Mitch McConnell would also like to do much of what he's done before, which was a $300 FPUC retroactive offer and an extension of UI expiring in December, an extension of PUA expiring in December, and an extension of eviction moratorium expiring in December, which doesn't really cost anything for the federal government to do, and an extension of the mortgage forbearance, also expiring late December, and not cost anything. So how about the other items? PPP, yes. There would likely be another round of PPP for small businesses and another round of EIDL and some hazard pay, but not $10,000 hazard pay. So what about SSI and SSDI and Social Security and Railroad benefits? That $2,400, how soon would that come? How would that be structured? And what are we talking about? What's important to understand is that you hear a lot of things happening at the same time, and it's unclear where things are coming from. Before we get to SSI, Lindsey Graham, Mitch McConnell, Steve Mnuchin, Mark Meadows, the president, myself, Wall Street, all says that the second stimulus package should get done right now and should include those items, stimulus checks, FPUC, PUA, UI, and all those things I just spoke about, and can get done at about $500 billion. And Wall Street's now saying you don't need anything else right now. State and local is not hurting financially anymore. I did that on Afternoon's Check. I did that whole analysis. State and local is not going bankrupt. That's a fake narrative. In fact, they're making fortunes. So Wall Street says what needs to be done is money in your hands. And that's what the offer from Steve Mnuchin and Mark Meadows and Mitch McConnell will say in the next few days. They say they're working on it. Of course, this is a Friday after Thanksgiving, so don't expect them to work any more than they usually work. But I'm working. I worked all day yesterday. I'm working today for you as well. What's important to understand is that they believe it's going to get hatched, and I believe it's going to get hatched. But what about $2,400 for SSI and SSDI? I don't believe that's going to be in this package. Why? Because it's not a stimulus per se package. Biden wants you to have these provisions. Pelosi does not. Republicans have not talked about it yet, but Republicans have talked about for a very long time and a lot of bills about fixing Social Security. And so it makes sense that Joe Biden would put this in a separate bill because it's not stimulus per se. There are three parts to it, and one part is stimulus, but the other two are not. And so as a whole, it really involves basically fixing benefits, not so much giving stimulus for people on benefits. Let me explain. $2,400, $200 a month, every month from every month from now all the way to December 31st. The reason for that money is because you weren't getting enough money as this pandemic hit. And so this is really sort of a stimulus-like item. But it's basically saying, most of you are adult dependents. You never got a first stimulus check. You should have got a stimulus check. We want to get you caught up. This would be on top of any other stimulus check I'm talking about from a stimulus package. Next, upwards of 20% increase one time a lifetime. So basically, if you're making $1,000 a month, you would get $1,200 a month, and you would have that your entire lifetime. Next, a new benchmark. Someone asked me in one of the comments, what is a benchmark? Let me explain it a little slower. I may have said it too quickly. Annually, they look at things. They look at how much you're paid. Let's say you're paid $1,000. And then they look at a benchmark. And the benchmark says, oh, this happened with the economy. We need to raise you or a little bit this next year. And so the benchmark they have been using is a benchmark that doesn't really move. And so if we're sitting here, it's like, hi, I made $1,000. Am I making anything next year? No, the benchmark didn't move. You're going to make $1,000 again. Oh, okay. Check back if it's next year. Next year, you check back. The same thing happens. The benchmark that Biden wants to use is a different type of benchmark that moves up more steadily in line with the economy. The current benchmark is just here and it just doesn't move. It's just stagnant, just doesn't move. And so he wants a new benchmark that as it moves year to date, every year, you would get more benefits. So this is, again, a way to keep Social Security logical and in line so that as things go up, SSI and SSDI and railroad benefits and veterans benefits as well. And that's what's important to understand. So then what about everything else? And what's important to understand is that I've seen some comments, and I want to respond to this comment because it's quite interesting. One person said something like, I don't see any stimulus relief until January. You know what? Wall Street's opinion is the following. If you don't, you better see stimulus now, because hoping for it in January is not a better situation than hoping for it now. They're basically saying that there's nothing particularly more reassuring about January than now. Joe Biden can muster the troops that are in the Senate and the House and say, hey, go do it. Go do it. He's not the one voting on it. The president of the United States, Trump, would sign any stimulus bill now because he has argued for it. The turning to January doesn't make the situation any better. It doesn't make anything worse. So there's no reason to wait to January. The only reason to wait to January is the fake narrative that a Democrat believes that both Senate seats in Georgia will fall to Democrats, and then they'll take the Senate, and they can basically pass a $30 trillion bill. That's too risky because Wall Street says even if that happens, the economy will have really taken a major bad hit between now and February when the money goes out or something like that. You can't do that. So bottom line is Wall Street says do it now. Do it now. And next week you're going to see Janet Yellen introduced as the Treasury Secretary, and she's likely to say, you got to do it now. She's an economist. She says, you can't wait to January, February. That's not even the spirit of anyone involved. So the reassuring news, as you ask me on a regular basis, do I think you can get stimulus if everyone in Congress acts rationally, which they're starting to do, whether it's Lindsey Graham or Chuck Grassley or Mitch McConnell or Steve Mnuchin or Mark Meadows or moderate Democrats or blue dog Democrats or problem solvers. They're all starting to say, you know what? Enough is enough. Just get it done. Just get it done. And here we go. Now, money for you right now. It's incredible. It's an incredible testament to the power of this channel. I initially started this, not yesterday, but a week ago Thursday. And I said, you know what? We need some volunteers. If anyone has a wonderful heart of caring, wants to step up and volunteer. And one person did. And then I had 3. And then I had 4. And now tonight we're at 7. 7 volunteers who are in the community page, which I'll drop in a comment to this channel, which of course is basically youtube.com/LALATE/LLA. 7 volunteers, one of which is not available today until tomorrow. And these are people who are stepping up and helping you find the money, which I'm going to describe to you in this channel. First, let's go to CARES Act 1 grants. This is money that's in your cities, counties, and states. City Hall has it. County Hall has it. State Housing Authority has it. What is it? It's rent, it's utilities, and it's food. You start with rent, which is the big banana. Then if you can't get rent, you go to utilities, which 99% of every city, they're paying utility grants. And then you go to food. What is it called and what should you refer to it? Between you and I, we refer to it as COVID grants. GRANTS. But when you're talking to third parties, they're not going to understand the word grants. So you're going to refer to it as rental assistance, food assistance, and utility assistance or help. Because of the pandemic, I can't pay my bills. Very, very simple. You're not going to refer to it as CARES Act 1 grants or what that kid in the purple shirt told me to do. You're going to refer to it in very basic words. Next, where are you going to find it? By calling the phone, calling City Hall, calling County Hall, calling your state housing authority. Third, by calling also your utilities company. You know what? Thing that always perplexes me a lot is I get some DMs from people who says, I can't find anything anywhere. And I don't know where to look. And every time I say, you have utility, you have water, you have electric, you have gas, you're paying a water bill, you don't know how to call the water company and ask them about it. I don't understand why someone would not know how to reach their water company or their electric company. I mean, maybe your electric is, maybe all your utilities are free. But I see so many people saying, I don't know where to locate my utility company, which doesn't make sense to me. Remember, the utility company are the ones that are doing the utility grants. The housing authority, state housing authority is doing the housing. And then the city and county are doing everything. Next, if you're having problems with that and you've searched and you've put in a real tough effort and you can't find it, reach out to the volunteers. They're there to help you. And treat them like family so they'll treat you as family. Next, escalated benefits. Wow. Escalated benefits is a big hit. I mean, it's just so simple and people are understanding it very simply. What is the range? Let's go over it. It's 18,000 or more 2019 earnings. Ultimately, there's always someone that contacts me and says, I made $700 last year. Can I do this? I'm like, no, $18,000 or more 2019 earnings. You can certainly do it, but I don't think it's going to be a waste. I think it's going to be a waste of time. I don't think anything's going to come out of it. It doesn't hurt, but I don't think anything's going to come out of it. The reason why you're doing this is the following. Every state starts you at a base level benefit of about $100-something a week, and they don't tell you that they have a range of how much they can pay per week, upwards of $500 in some states $300, some states $400. The way you raise yourself is you show them your 2019 tax return. That's it. You show them your 2019 tax return and says, hi, take a look at my 2019 tax return. Please see if I qualify for additional weekly benefits. Please see if I qualify for more weekly benefits. It's very simple. It's a one-sentence email. It's a one-sentence letter. And they look at the 2019 earnings and they're like, oh, wow. Yeah, we're not paying them enough that person enough per week. Done. I'll pay you retroactively. You've been on unemployment for 30 weeks. You're going to get retroactive payments right now. So let me go over the ranges again. $18,000 to $25,000 2019 earnings. You'll basically raise it about $50 a week. And if you've been on unemployment for 30 weeks, that's about $1,500. $25,000 to $30,000 2019 earnings. You'll raise it about $100 a week. That'll if you've been on unemployment for 30 weeks, that will give you about $3,000 check right now. And finally, if you made over $30,000 2019, you'll raise it about $200 a week, and if $200 to $300 a week. And if you've been on unemployment for 30 weeks, you'll get about $9,000 right in your account. If you are a person who is doing escalated benefits, you can also do what I just said before that about CARES Act 1 money. Now let me go to EIDL. EIDL is for independent contractors, sole practitioners, and gig workers, side hustle. If you are that person, you should also be on PUA. And if you're on PUA, you can also do what I talked about for CARES Act 1. You can literally do all three of them. EIDL is very, very quick. I had a person send me an image minutes ago. Said, I got denied for EIDL, unverifiable information. What does that mean? It brings back memories. I mean, I've done this video like 900 times in the month of April. Unverifiable information could mean that you did not use the right number in identifying yourself. People always say unverifiable. Some people see unverifiable information. They say, they think I didn't make any money in 2019. Of course I I made money in 2019, and I declared on my Schedule C. So why are they saying I'm unverifiable? It's not that they can't verify the income. It's that they can't verify you. So when does that happen? When they can't figure out who you are. And what's an example of that? Your social security number ends in 5555, and you typed in, by mistake, 5556. Your finger slipped when typing it, and you made one number mistake. Then they pull the social security number and compare it against your name. It's like, I can't verify this person. It's not this person. Banking account number. You give a bank account number that's in the name of your ex-husband, and the applicant for this business is you. Or you put a banking account number that's in the name of an LLC, and the applicant for this business, for this EIDL, is you. So they look at that, who is this? This is not consistent. 99.99% of the time, and this is the video that put me on the map back in April, was I was able to show people you got bounced for unverifiable information because you had made a simple typing error. You typed something wrong. If you do have something like that hit you, you have to do a reconsideration. Basically, if you want an EIDL, go get it. They're open, sba.gov, EIDL, Economic Injury Disaster. I'll be discussing more about that on Purple Power Live right after this video at 6:30 Pacific Standard Time. As always, stay informed, stay smiling, and stay LALATE for more.